everyone. Assalamualaikum. It's me again, Teacher Elina for English Year 5. Our topic for today is there, are there, and how many? So before I proceed, let us look at our lesson objective. By end of the session, you will be able to ask and answer questions using is there, are there, and how many? Okay, first, let us look at how do we ask questions. Okay, how do we ask question using is there? Okay, is there is used to ask questions about singular nouns. Do you still remember the Shitawiti that I have taught you in class? Okay, you need to look for singular nouns. Examples are, is there a library here? A library. A library refers to singular nouns. Okay, next one. Is there a school or a sports center? A school, a sports center refers to singular noun. And is there an old bridge around this place? An old bridge. So, if we see singular nouns, then we have to use is there, and is there. Moving on. Okay. When do we use are there? Okay, we use are there to ask questions about plural nouns. What is plural noun? Okay, refer to our table, the Shitawiti table, and then choose the plural noun. Okay, examples are there any shopping centers? Are there any shopping centers? Okay, this refers to plural nouns, shopping centers. Are there any exciting places for young people? Exciting places. And last but not least, are there any libraries? Libraries. So this refers to the plural nouns. That's why you need to use are there, and are there. Right? Okay, moving on. When do we use how many? We use how many to ask questions about plural nouns. Plural nouns. Okay, let us take a look at the examples. Okay, before that, how do we form questions using plural, using how many? Okay, this is how you can form the question using how many. First, you should write how many, and then you write down the plural nouns, and lastly, you need to put are there. Examples are, how many shopping centers are there? Okay, refer to example given, the form that I gave here. Okay, so first you write down the how many, next the plural nouns, and lastly you put are there. Okay, how many exciting places are there? How many libraries are there? All right. Okay, now we are going to look at how do we answer questions. Okay, for is there, you just need to answer yes, there is, or no, there isn't. These are the questions in the previous slides. So, is there a library here? If it is yes, then yes, there is. If it is no, then no, there isn't. Alright? Okay, moving on. Are there? Okay, so for are there, you just need to answer yes, there are, or no, there aren't. Yes, they are, and no, they aren't. Okay? For example, the first questions, are there any shopping centers? Yes, they are, or no, they aren't. Okay, the same goes with the other questions. All right? Okay, moving on. How many? How many shopping centers are there? How many exciting places are there? And how many libraries are there? So you just answer there are, and then you write down your answer. For example, how many shopping centers are there? There are 17 shopping centers. Or how many libraries are there? There are 3 libraries. Right? Okay, let us try. Okay, now number 1. Okay, sorry, before that, you need to complete the questions with is there, are there, and how many. Okay, so what about number 1? Okay, what is the clue? The clue here is trees. Trees. So trees refers to plural noun. Why do I say this is a plural noun? Because we have S here. So S refers to plural noun. So our answer would be are there. Alright, very good. Okay, let us look at number 2. Okay, what is our clue for number 2? Okay, look here. You can see a park or a sport center. So a park refers to singular nouns. Okay, a sport center also refers to singular nouns. So for singular nouns, you need to use is there. Okay, and then okay, so what about number 3? Blank. Swimming pools are there. Remember, do you still remember the form that I gave that I taught you earlier? So you should use how many, because you see here are there. Okay, so how many swimming pools are there? Alright, okay, what about number 4? Any exciting places? Exciting places are plural nouns. So we should use are there. Okay, and last but not least, okay, who can tell me what is the answer for number 5? Is there people live in your town or city? Or are there people live in your town or city? Or how many people live in your town or city? What do you think would be the answer? Think. Alright, okay, so the answer would be how many people live in your town or city. Alright. Okay, moving on. Okay, this is another questions. Alright, okay, complete the questions from exercise 1 on page 14. Then choose the correct answer. Okay, now, for these questions, it doesn't ask you to put is there or are there or how many. But you have to guess the questions, and then only you can answer. Okay, now let us take a look at the clue given. So the clue given here is a school. So a school refers to singular noun. So the question should be, is there a school on the ship? So what's gonna be the answer? Yes, there is. Okay, if there is no school on the ship, so no, there isn't. Alright. Okay, what about there any swimming pools? So swimming pools refers to plural nouns. So the question would be, are there any swimming pools? So the answer would be no, there aren't. Okay, if there is a swimming pool on the ship, then you should answer, yes, there are. Okay, sorry. And last but not least, how many cafes and restaurants there on the ships? So, how many cafes and restaurants? Okay, how should you answer these questions? Can you answer yes, there are? Or there are 20? Okay, so the correct answer would be there are, and then the number of the restaurants. Okay, so the answer would be there are 20. B. Alright. Okay, moving on. Okay, these are the tasks for today's session. Okay, first, I need you to look at your exercise book. I have given this exercise to you before the holidays. So what you have to do is, you need to match number 1 until number 6 with the correct answers, with the correct pair. And then you need to rewrite them on the blanks given here. After you have written down all the questions, you need to answer the questions accordingly. Okay, look at the answers that I have taught you earlier. All right. Okay, for this question, for this task, you need to complete the questions using the answers given. I have already given you the answer, the question here. Is there, are there, or how many? Always look for the clue. Okay, always look for the clue in the questions. Okay, if there is any problems or if there is any question you want to ask, you can just WhatsApp me or you can just call me straight away. I'll be waiting for that. Okay, I think that's all for today's session. I'll see you again next time. Okay, bye bye. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.